post-show podcast. Again, this one's going to be relatively brief while Colin gets a drink. Our first, person is Elliot Parker. So say what's up real quick.
Howdy ho.
There we go. And then when Colin comes back, we'll do. I actually got a commercial on Twitch, so that's awesome as well. That's a great, fundamental, awesome thing to happen.
I saw that as well.
All right, you're fine. You got background noise, but it's fine. Let me get the audio thing. Colin Locke is actually getting a drink, and I need to refill my alcoholism, but I'll do that in a second. So yes, we're gonna be talking about the Queen of OCW 2022. We got the music. Let me lower that shit real quick. There we go. Nice mood music. So yes, my name is JCS. This is Elliot Parker. Coming soon to the stage is Colin Locke. This is the Talking-ish post-show podcast. And this is the OCWFED post-show podcast for pretty much, I'm going to dare say, quintessentially one of the best, if not the best, player versus player organizations revolving WWE 2K22. Weird cast. You want to join cast, or are you just gonna talk nonsense? Because you can surely join if you'd like. If that's what you want, you can surely join. I need one. I want one more actually. Just need to make sure. Oh, the audio is a little too loud. Hold on, let me lower it on my end. It's actually loud. There we go. Okay, cool.
Come on in, Cass.
Yeah, if he wants to. I don't know. Can he say that? That's a weird. Yeah, all I see is that what's gonna happen is he's gonna get it a couple seconds afterwards, and he'll be like, "eh." I actually asked Che, but Che never responded, so I don't know. Nope, I do not want to join doing laundry. And did it. Great, fantastic. So while Colin is done doing whatever the hell Colin is doing, let me see if I can get one more person. Let me see. Che didn't respond. Let me double check. Hold up. Let me see. We're gonna see if Che Gooch got Gooch too. We're gonna see if we can get one more person. Again, it needs to be quick, but I like a third opinion just to be on the safe side. So we're gonna see if Che wants in, and then we're gonna start. So we should start in about 2 seconds, maybe 5 actually. Let me see. Che's super nervous, right? Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
There you're back. So we have Elliot Parker and aka Colin Locke is the second person. My name is JCS. I'm trying to find out if we get a third super professional podcast. Obviously, you can tell by the alignment of the text that it's a super professional podcast. And that was a motorcycle. And we're gonna lock that real quick. And okay, hold on. I'm getting confirmation if we're gonna have a third person join this debacle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a quick show, so we don't need to be here forever, but I do want to talk about it. Not that Che's a coward. All right, fine. So just us three. We got 3. It's me, Colin, and Elliot Parker. So let's start with the first show. First and foremost, shout out to Empress for putting together. Yeah, you are a coward. For putting together pretty much most of the video content you see. Great job by Empress. So we appreciate you greatly for your hard work and effort and all that good stuff. So moving on. Our first match we have. Do you want to talk about the segments also, or the matches and segments? What do you guys want? Let's be quick about it. Thank you, Cody. Appreciate that.
I'm down for that if Colin is.
Sure, we can do that. So
Okay,
so the first segment we had was Empress coming out and introducing her 2 heavies. We'll do Elliot and Colin, and we can go. So Elliot, you're up.
I'm excited to see what Camille and Cheyenne bring to the division. I hope to see a lot of violence from them.
You hope to see a lot of violence?
Plenty.
Nice. Colin, anything?
Yeah, no, these are absolutely great picks, fantastic handlers, and I want to see what they do next. It's just, you can't go wrong with this, right? You cannot go wrong with it.
Fair enough. Look, when it comes to Empress, for some reason, I think someone said, I know who that is, and I don't know who that is. So I guess I'll find out whoever the hell that is, the handler. I don't know, but look, it just means an extra match for Riot. It means extra work for me, and it is what it is sometimes. Sometimes you just get extra goddamn work, and what are you gonna do, right? You just gotta fucking adapt and overcome. So I'm curious to see what happens in that Riot match. Cheyenne had the one match, good victory over Harriet, getting that 3-on-2 tag match, which turned into a 2-on-2 tag match or normal tag match. So I'm cautiously optimistic to see what occurs with that match, so to speak. So we have our first match was actually Furiosa versus Marissa Expensive. We'll do Colin and then Elliot. Colin, you're up.
I thought this was perfect for Marissa, to be honest, because she's doing the whole distracted by the stalker storyline. She came out with the crown, and then she mostly got her ass kicked. Few decent showings for her, but yeah, Furiosa looked good here. It was a good match. And I don't know, the thing that strikes me in the whole thing that we'll talk about later is that Marissa lost here, but she made an entire storyline throughout the whole show, despite losing. And that's just an amazing attitude to have in general. Great handler. And yeah, great stuff in general.
Elliot?
Colin actually tipped on a lot of the points that I wanted to bring up. I'm going to touch on this again later on, but big props to Marissa for continuing to do other cutscenes and whatnot, no matter whether she won or lost in the first round. For the match itself, yeah, that was not what I expected from that match. I thought it would be a little bit closer, but Furiosa really came with the heavy hits today.
Fair enough. That sounded imaginary, but so funny thing about before we begin, also I got to grab a drink real quick, but excuse me. So the brackets were Jake Allen's. He's in charge. Well, he was credited. I credit him for the brackets. I had a set of brackets, but like they didn't. I don't know. It basically was like either or. And I looked at his again. I was like, all right, his kind of make more sense than mine, so we're just gonna go with his. Mine were kind of like, I don't know. They weren't bad, but they were like different. So I guess in the end it worked out regardless. But again, shout out to Jake Allen for the brackets. So the whole shout out to Marissa for playing off the whole distracted by whatever because of the spooky stuff. I don't like it. Sounds like a blank platitude, and I hate being just overly generic, but really it kind of played to what was happening. If you notice on commentary mentioned, oh, you know, she might be. Before we even started the match, we said, oh, she's gonna be distracted. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's fucking good commentary. But yeah.
Well, it's great in general. It's why we're collaborative here. I hate the discourse when people are like, why are you saying this? I didn't mean this. Why are you doing that? I didn't mean. It's like no one story belongs to anyone, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has something to say about it. Everyone has a way they can influence it. And Marissa, for this whole time she's been here, has been brilliant at that, being able to improvise and make little turns and twists in the stories to fit how they're being talked about by commentary, by people in Discord, by these podcasts. It's what OCW is best at, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have no disagreement with that. So, I don't remember the next segment. Was there anything that I missed with that segment, or was it an actual segment, or was it like what? I think it's the next match, or no? Yeah, it's the next match.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the next match.
All right, yeah, because I put it together as one video, so I'm trying my best to remember what I missed or whatever. So the next match would be Suplex versus Deborah. So we saw earlier the after what happened last week with Debbie D and Jasmine Caffey. And then we saw the role play. If you didn't, the role play on OCWFED.com. Matter of fact, let's do some picture in picture, but not really. Let me find the website real quick. Our website, OCWFED.com. And here is the role play if you are so inclined to read the deep lore that OCWFED has. Because here's the thing. We're not a bullshit Discord Fed. No disrespect to Discord Feds who are bullshit. But we actually have a long-standing 18-year history. People do content. We try to keep it cataloged. And there's Debbie D's role play basically saying how she's tired of this horse shit. She's reinventing herself and she's keeping it 100. That's the role play that came out today. And as such, we saw Debbie D come out for the tournament as Deborah with her last name versus Suplex. My only complaint about this match is Suplex ain't dressed up for the pay-per-view. Got me a little tight, but that's me being a petty bitch. Match itself, I don't know if it's the game or whatever, but certain moves Debbie did that looked like she was struggling to do it because Suplex is a bigger person was kind of cool to me. The one-legged attempted kind of in through the filter, precursor to the through the filter was dope. And then the other one where she almost tripped during the clothesline was also pretty dope. So we'll do Colin and then Elliot and then myself. I'm going to get a drink. No disrespect. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, no, the collision detection in this game is awful, but we make it work, you know, and it's why we've got a roster that's kind of diverse, right, in sizes. I mean, I think Debbie's now the tallest in the roster, so that's going to be really fun when she meets, like, Cheyenne in future. But no, this match, I think, was when the show for me got really started, right? It was competitive. You had Sue taking the lead and then losing it completely. Everyone was just losing their shit on the commentary about it. I loved it. It was really good. I'm going to say that I loved it loads of times in this podcast because I loved this show.
It was good.
But but I think for me, this match in particular is where, the fire came on, right? When it got really started and we knew what we were in for. So I think it's a great showing for Deborah and the new character in that. Very good showing for Suplex. I want to see more of Suplex, right? She's doing bits and bobs and stuff, but yeah, I'd love to see more of her. And Debbie's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in the division by quite a way. Really amazing showing.
Yeah, I got nothing bad things about Debbie. Elliot, you're up.
Well, first of all, I love that y'all are both dead naming Deborah Soto.
What do you mean dead naming? I said Deborah.
Fair enough, but
Stop transitioning, Elliot.
Jesus, I said Deborah like a million
we're
times.
getting the D out, but
Jesus.
But yeah, overall fun match from this one. Didn't expect any less from these two, but how that lead got thrown away at the end, I do not know at all.
I love it. I love it so much. This was the first time not booking, but this is the first time that betting made me happy because, I don't know. I have like petty inconsistencies regarding whatever, but I still like I like how betting on this one, especially everyone's like, oh shit, well fucking this is late, we're gonna go, and then fucking Debbie came out with the W. I'm sure people got broken. That makes me happy. When the house wins,
I got
I'm
rich.
happy.
This was the only match I could legally bet on.
Good for you. I didn't cover the previous matches too, so I mean the after matches. So I was like worried people would be stupid and be like, oh, well, I'll just whatever, and like no, they didn't. Thank God. And Christ. Continue, Elliot. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was pretty much I hit the main parts already, but like I was saying before, amazing comeback from Deborah. I feel like Sue should have won, but
those clutch
whatever
moments,
happened
bro.
happened.
Yeah, man, when it comes
Well,
to
that's what comp does.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'm sure there was a segment. I'm trying to think what segment happened. That was Marissa in the camera segment, right? So we'll talk about the Marissa thing as a whole later on because the conclusion, so we can skip that. My only complaint about that was, please, for the love of God, work on your levels, because for some reason, since I was doing it as one video, the camera was super loud and everything else was super low. So it's like, make my life easier. We'll do the tutorial about audio levels one day. One day we'll do it. I'll do it. Maybe Colin will do it. Maybe we both do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm happy to help out and get. I've been wanting to offer one for a while, but yeah, I'm up for something like that.
Because audio levels is right now. Audio levels is our biggest weakness, honestly.
And it's the easiest thing to fix. I could easily do that in a 2-3-minute video.
It's not super difficult, but it's the one thing that always gets us. But anyway, yeah, I dug it. Basically, breadcrumbed into what's happening. Continues the whole story. So shout out again. It also was short. So again, even if something stinks, if it's short, I'm happy because I can forget about it and it doesn't emotionally scar me. So I'm happy. So moving on, the next match would be Harry versus Jasmine Caffey, and it just came up on the screen too. This match, while semi one-sided, felt very sports entertaining to me just because of the opening segment of the match. With the suplexes, that alone was like the spot of the night for me because it worked out so well. I wish Jasmine would have got the hat trick on that, but it's player versus player. So sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you don't. We don't pull punches here. We don't do redos, or at least I hope we don't. We just fucking fight, and sometimes it works out for you, sometimes it doesn't. But again, commentary played it off, not even assuming. We're like, will the mind games play into whatever, and it did. So. We'll take it to. We'll do Elliot and Colin again because Colin was actually in this match. So Elliot, go ahead. By the way.
Well, good lord, what a stomping!
I wouldn't go that far.
I wanted Jasmine to win that. I wanted to see so many suplexes, but oh my god, that was crazy. I don't know what else I could really say for that. Like, good good job on doing a very great match from both of them, but I did not expect that to be that one-sided.
It be like that sometimes. It was one sided, but it was still entertaining, basically.
Yeah, it was definitely a good match to watch.
Colin, you're up.
I mean, I was worried about this match. I mean, a thing I'll say as a handler going into this is, as I've kind of been making a big thing of, or a big-ish thing of, Harry was defending an undefeated streak. So in this tournament, she was either going to get handed her first loss, or she was going to win. There was no two ways about it. And Jean's a great handler. I would have loved him to get that win, but yeah, the match was a little bit of a stomp.
A little bit of,
but I don't know. Pardon?
A little bit of flipping, a little bit of flopping.
Yeah, a little bit of flipping, a little bit of flopping, a little bit of murder. But it was really good. I will say that I'm glad it worked as a sort of breaker in pace, right? Not every match can be a 30-minute epic. And if there were, we'd have been tired out by now. So yeah, it did what it meant to do. You know, very well played by Jean, and the storyline is there for him to take. Can't wait to see where they go with the Jazz character, because really caught my eye recently with like the TWC story and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, again, it was like it was a short match, but it was still I still like it wasn't Horse versus Carter, and that's the recency bias. It was basically like, you know, there was a bit, and then it just it like went away because of what happened, but it wasn't a bad. I enjoyed it basically, which is the quick and dirty version of trying to be super elaborative. Okay, so that would be okay. The next match, I'm trying to think if we have any segments before that. I don't think we do. We don't, right? There was no segments after that. After that segment, we go to the next match, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, just to make sure. So then the next match we had is Ashley Moore versus Lotus Flojo. First and foremost, I just want to point out we'll do Colin and Elliot. The press conference stuff. Thanks, shout out to Empress for doing the scrum backgrounds, and shout out to everybody who used the scrum backgrounds for whatever they're doing. Ashley cut a very the issue I have with the Ashley character is one day Ashley is an asshole and the next day Ashley is diplomatic. Ashley tends to like jump back and forth between non-asshole and like kind of face, but whatever, I digress. So Ashley cut honor and I can't wait to fight my opponent, and then Flojo decides in the pre-match to basically call Ashley. I won't repeat it here because we're going on YouTube, but a lot of not nice things and a song which basically didn't rhyme and called Ashley more a sea hunter, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So I enjoyed the match. I dug the match. The finish was great. Went for the spear, got concussed. Que sera, solid, Metal Gear Solid. I forgot which order I had, but I'll just do it again. We'll do Colin and Elliot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that finish was fantastic, right? Just concussing herself on the knee and eating the finish. You couldn't have scripted it better, and that's one of my favorite things about here when that just kind of happens. With the Ashley character, I don't know. I will say I kind of in this situation disagree, because she's had a little bit of a character arc. She, had her arseholey ways with the Harry Etiquette storyline. There's been the Colin Locke thing where she's kind of loosened up and softened up a bit. And Ashley's getting a bit nicer as a character. So I don't know. I'm not feeling the flip flop as much as you are, but I enjoyed this. The press conferences stuff, that was really, really good. Fairly competitive match too. It's feels like a bit of a pace breaker, right? Because the semi-finals were so big and epic. But yeah, no, good time. Really great spot to remember with the concussing on the leg. And I think Elliot will probably remember some stuff about this match I've forgotten. So I'm going to pass it over.
Elliot.
I think you'd be wrong for that, because this entire show was a whirlwind for me. Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, Flojo and Ashley Moore, first off, press conference. That was an intense amount of disrespect from Flojo.
Yep.
Yeah. I did not expect somebody to go that hard in the first round, but we carry on.
Yep.
The match itself was very, very fun to watch. Very hard to it feels like you blink and then you miss 5 high spots in a row. So it was just really fast paced, really, really even match for me. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that was that was a fun match, and it only went uphill from here.
Yeah, again, my only thing is Flojo getting concussed with the spear and some more damage was. Oh, shout out to Ashley Moore for more equality like all fucking night. The reoccurring theme.
Yes,
If that's not
fantastic.
fucking over after this, I don't know what to say because that was amazing.
I really hope
Everybody.
the name is now More Equality.
We're calling it More Equality from now on. I don't care what anybody says. That's what Jake called it. I liked it. More Equality. Everybody gets fucking stomped in the head.
And I
yeah.
want to see that. I want to see that spot every match from now on.
Literally hit it 3 different fucking times, bro.
I'm amazed that no one reversed that.
Nope, it's 2 moves, right? I think so, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's
So
two.
you got the Wicked Stepsister and then the Stomps to the face.
Yep. Nobody did. So everyone's selling.
Everyone's selling it.
Jesus Christ, Fry. Christ. So yeah.
Oh.
So the next thing is we have Emp's next announcement, which my brain is never mind. I remember. It's we got Terra coming back, which was very cool. I dug that. And then we also had the announcement of Dragana. And then I guess we're gonna have Dragana versus Terra Deturis at Animo House. So we'll do, since it's just fucking us 3, we'll do Elliot, because Che's a coward. We'll do Elliot and Colin and myself. Go ahead, Elliot.
Yeah, that match is gonna go so hard, like on a galactic proportion. I can't wait for that show at all.
Okay, Colin. Christ.
Yeah, no, I mean, Terra was always one of my favorite characters when I was coming up in OCW, so it's great to see him back. I mean, it's Jake, so he's going to keep both going. I was about to say, I hope this doesn't overtake the Deborah Soto energy, but it won't. He'll have 2 top-tier characters doing top-tier things.
Of course.
So,
not.
Always a good thing. Matches, I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think this match may be a bloodbath. I am
Really?
afraid of Dragana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment.
But I can't wait to be entertained by it anyway.
That's an incredibly fair assessment.
No redos, Bubba.
No redos, Bubba. So that takes us to, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and look, we're making excellent fucking time. See, the first time we're actually got on it.
Oh, yeah.
On a point, even though Che's a coward. The next match we have, actually not a match, the segment we have, if I'm mistaken, we have, shit. Do we have
At
a
some
segment
point,
afterwards?
Iceman talked.
I think that might have been after, so let's just keep it just in case. So we have the Iceman promo. First things first. Love Iceman.
Yeah.
Less than a minute, cuts a promo. Sounds better than most people you see on television. So there's that. So obviously it's a precursor, and the whole what he said basically, and we see it later on. So without spoilers as we get there, but I know I love it. Love the color palette. I added. I hate being a narcissist. You know that one person who specifies that they did something. It's not for profit, but it's just to whatever. Anyway, that didn't have crowd. I put crowd. Yay me, whatever, to give it some extra oomph as a sensational producer. So I think that gave it a little extra oomph with what happened. So I'm excited to see Mac. I like that. It was a nice, consistent promo. And obviously we see what happens afterwards. So we'll just take it to Colin and Elliot. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, Iceman just makes me happy. He's kind of in a perfect position in OCW. He always entertains me. Always does a solid job in the ring. And there's so much you can do with the characters. And he's a good guy as well, man. I have no complaints about this. I'm going to be entertained. Very glad he's back. He seemed a bit down last time I saw him around here. But yeah, glad to know he's got his mojo back. I'm excited to see what comes up next for him. Great stuff.
Yes. Elliot?
Yeah, same here. I can't wait to see what's next for Iceman. He's thoroughly entertaining whenever he has a story, no matter what he's doing. I said what I said earlier. I did not mince my words. Winter is coming, and so am I.
Law. Yeah, shout out to Mac. Everyone shouting dig it popped me.
Yeah.
Fucking people.
It's over as hell, man. He's just the perfect, he can do anything. He can be anywhere on the card and I'll be happy.
Yeah, he can do no wrong. So next up we have one of the top tier matches. I'm yawning, not because I'm tired, because I'm fucked up. But we have Deborah versus Furiosa. As the kids say, this match slapped, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Really good match, super hyper competitive. You know, it had everything, like false finishes, and there was somebody in chat earlier. They were like, "Oh, nope, this is just no one's calling spots. They're just going, and it works. It works." We'll do Elliot and Colin. Go ahead, Elliot.
Yeah, this was like a rare, just hyper competitive match. Like you don't really see too much of these on 2K22.
You should.
I mean, yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I want to see more matches like this because it's just like spot after spot, reversal after reversal. It's just back and forth action. More of that, please. 10 out of 10 on that. 10 out of 10 on this match.
10 out of 10.
Give me more like this.
I love it. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, one of the best women's matches I've seen on this game. Really spectacular stuff. Loved it. It's a shame that these two handlers hold opposite world titles because these guys, they just fit together, right? You put Jake in there, you put Harvey in there, they work. There's a reason why these are the two world champions, right? There's a very good reason. And everything was fantastic. The atmosphere on voice chat was incredible. And Furiosa gets it in the end.
Yo, at the very end, it was. Oh my god!
At the last minute, great end game. I think sometimes it feels a bit sort of not anticlimactic, but a bit like when you get like two finishers hit one after the other. But here you had a real back and forth end game. You didn't know what was going to happen until that second finisher.
Yep.
It was a great time. Really, really good.
Fucking, it was solid. I gotta know. That might be my match tonight. I'm not sure. That might be, but I might be biased. I don't know. I'm probably biased. Who knows?
It would have been for me, I think.
Because and then following up, we have, if I'm not mistaken, we have Marissa's confrontation.
Yeah.
At first, I was annoyed by the length, but I'll say this: in the future, let's aim for 4 minutes or less. I'll say that. That being said, I was still entertained by the segment, especially with the audio cut for Marissa's dad. That shit was fucking great.
Oh,
oh my god! We know who it is if you know wrestling, but it was amazing. So that was a great cut, and then we had Amber return. So Amber's back. Amber's been stalking Marissa. I think it's gonna be. Is it a year, Rye, or is it 2 years? I don't know. It's been a minute. So Amber's back to pick up where she left off. With like, I still hate you, and I'm still gonna ruin your life. And then it got uncomfortable. I'll say that. Yeah. So you said a few months. I feel like it felt like a year, but maybe that's a kudos to you. So Amber Ray's back. Amber Ray got the bat. Amber Ray assaulted the Welch family, laid out a grown ass man after talking about the streets, and then laid out the baby girl. Like I said, I think we're putting this on the pay-per-view just because. That might be me drunk talking, but I think that I'm probably gonna put that on the pay-per-view. We'll see.
No, I'm game for it.
We'll see. I'll flip a coin at the end of the day because I don't like double booking, quote unquote handler bullshit. But yeah, I think that might need to be, assuming we can keep that energy. So we'll see. But that's leaning. We'll say this. We'll say 75-25. We'll see when I sober up what we're looking at. But yeah, no, great fucking segment. Albeit a little bit long for my taste, but still got the point across. Whoa, that pop was a mosquito trap. One died. Good. Fuck you. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
Fuck the mosquitoes.
Fuck that. I don't know how I got mosquitoes in November, but life is unfair. But yeah, solid segment, a little long, but yeah. We'll do Elliot and Colin. Go ahead. Elliot, you're up.
Uncomfortable was definitely a word of all time to describe this video.
Uncomfortable.
Like, man, I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say. I'm speechless.
So let me ask you this question real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off. So Marissa's been an asshole. Yes? Can we all agree Marissa's pretty much been an asshole for the most part?
Yes.
So Marissa's been an asshole, but Marissa's an asshole who's been like, I guess harassed. So Jake hates these platitudes, but I'm gonna bring it up because he's not here to defend himself. But in this case, I feel like Marissa might be the person you want to root for, especially after what happened and being basically murdered in the ring. Like the family's been Amber Ray basically beat up the entire Welch family. Cass is like, nope, no. So I feel a little bit of sympathy for Marissa.
So
go ahead.
On a rare occasion, I have to agree with Cass on this one. She has
Really?
been just doing whatever she wants and toying with people for months, and to finally see her get some type of comeuppance, yeah, it's vindicating. It's justified. Now, if she continues to do this, then yeah, I guess you could call it overkill.
Okay,
maybe not so justified.
So all right, now we have a discussion. Now we have a discussion. See, now we have one of those like deep cut discussions. Okay, excuse me. Sorry if you heard the burp, not Cass. So
no, you're good.
In this case, you say it's justified. Cass is justified. I'm kind of on the fence. But remember, Amber Ray was stalking her from the beginning. So that alone makes Amber Ray extra to be like, Amber Ray isn't the hero in this story, but Marissa is not really a hero. Marissa's an asshole. Everyone, like most of these women, like she's an asshole. Obviously, vain, stuck up, conceited, greedy, envious. Like not a good. Marissa's a shitty person. Let's face that. Marissa is a shitty person. Like there's no redeeming qualities for Marissa. She's not a good person. But Amber Ray's not that much better because Amber Ray is a fucking psychotic, stalking person. Like, so it's two shit people, but in the shit spectrum. In the shit. Yeah, go ahead.
You kind of love to hate Marissa. She always does something ridiculous. She always ends up on top she ended up on top in the feud between Iceman and John Carter somehow. She always, gets her way and always does stuff. But, so I kind of get where Elliot's coming from, but then again, that squelch from the bat and the blood.
Yes!
Like, that's the thing, man. I mean, Jay, I respect that you want to put this on pay-per-view. However, unfortunately, Marissa is now dead.
Yeah, that's true.
She's now on life support, and what remains of the family is now saying goodbye. Like, that was one of the most brutal beatdowns in recent memory.
And it wasn't Valmonte either, which is that's actually
done well.
That's actually what you call it, something we didn't touch on. There's a difference between like a whatever and then the Valmont. I hate that Valmont got that connotation, but it is what it is. Like it wasn't overdone. It that's one of the rare times when the point was put across and the violence was put across. We generally don't have that. What happens is people usually go overboard as opposed to getting the point across. So you'll have like, that should be the end of it. And then it's like they go on for another fucking 2 minutes. This one ended where it needed to, and it got to the point where it's like, oh shit, it's serious. But you're right. Like Marissa's probably dead. Her dad is also not great. And I just don't know how to feel. I don't know how, like Cass says that the stalking is the ultimate form of love, but Amber Ray is not a good person. Like it's two shitty people, but I don't know who's shittier. The violence kind of makes it seem like Amber might be shittier, but then some of y'all say Marissa's not. I don't know how to I'm confused. And if Jake was here, he would tell us. I don't know. Go ahead.
I think there's gonna be an extra thing in the storyline that's gonna tell us what to think.
What to think? Yeah, I was gonna say I have to agree with you there. They're both shady people. I'm definitely not calling Amber the hero in the story.
Amber's not a hero.
Didn't you just call her the hero?
At the end of the day, I'm saying there is no hero in the storyline. They're both terrible people, but in this case, I gotta root for Amber.
Wow. Closing thoughts from anything from Colin that had. Jesus Christ.
I think that we're gonna see another really nasty beatdown segment in a few weeks, but turned on Amber. So I don't know. That's my prediction. I think Marissa's gonna get even before this match, and that will turn things. But for now, I'm on Team Marissa.
I don't know if there should be that, but that's just me being a producer, man. I
think it could work, but it depends what they've got up their sleeve.
All right, we'll move on. But see, this is how you know you have good content when you have
this is good stuff, regardless of what happens.
Me being a producer, this is how I would do. So I would keep. So in this case, look, I would say that Marissa is like the underdog after remember, this is months of spooky shit. First I thought it was Noimara, but apparently it's not. Nice swerve, by the way, Rye. So apparently it's been Amber. It's been Amber. It's been me. It's me, Amber, all the time. It's me, Marissa. It's me all along. Whatever. I would use this opportunity to try to redeem yourself as not being a piece of shit. How does that happen? Who knows? But I would basically let it cook, and then if there is whether it's pay-per-view or not, it's gonna be a match that involves some, I guess, extreme elements, because that's only what makes sense for me as the promoter. So I would assume that that's when we get the fucking Riot getting some vindication, whether, you know, and busting up, you know, Amber Ray, hopefully, because again, this comp is comp, but that's when I would see the recompense, if you will. That's how you build it. You know, you keep coming up short, and then you get that recompense at the end, and that's what gives the people what they want. But then again, it's OCW, so motherfuckers like, I want my recompense now, and it's like, whatever. So we'll leave it at that. Either way, that was a strong showing. First viewing didn't feel that way, but viewing with everybody else, it kind of solidified it as maybe a promoter handler double booking scenario. So we'll see. Moving on. That takes us to, if I'm not mistaken, that would be, what's the next match? Someone help me.
I think it would be the other
Harry
semifinal match.
Which is Harry and Ashley, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this match. This is another match I really, fuck you, Cass. This is another match I really, really enjoyed. Just because the back and forth and the counters left and right, really fucking good. And I think if it wasn't for that scooch counter by Ashley, Harry probably would have hit a finish. What, a second finisher maybe? Well, not a second finisher, but a first finisher. And I don't know. It was just, I like this match too. It was very back and forth. And I don't have the vernacular to elaborate on why I like this match, but it was not the same as Deborah versus Furiosa, but it also had a good vibe to it because it was back and forth. It was counter for counter. Everyone was getting their shit in, and it was just fast paced, hard hitting, and competitive. And I think that's what I like. I like the fact that it's competitive and it doesn't feel like it is, but it is, I guess. So we'll do Elliot, then Colin. Go ahead.
This match was insanely flippy. I'll say that for one.
Really?
There was a lot of fucking flippy shit in this match. Not that that's a bad thing. I actually enjoy a flippy match from time to time. But
Harry Buck.
But yeah, there's just a running theme. Like after like the second or third match, there's just a running theme of just like it's just a hard hitting competitive affair. And forgive me if I say this again later on, but that is 100% what this tournament should be.
Yeah.
8 of the best women's competitors in OCW, throwing hands to see who's the best.
Is that your final thought? You just got quiet. Yeah.
That's my final thought.
Okay.
It's not much to say about a lot of this. It's just fuck me. What a match.
We gotta do it like this. We gotta say great match. What'd you like about it? I said great match. Okay,
Great match.
Okay, Colin.
For real.
But I'm glad everyone really enjoyed this. I think with how quick and how fast Harry is, I always get nervous that people are going to suddenly turn on her and be like, this is just spot fast, I don't like it. I wish this was an FTR match. And I'm just kind of like, oh no.
Well, that's the thing. To cut you off real quick, that's the thing though. See, the beauty of OCW is not everybody plays the same. So if you have one person that does that specific thing, it's fine. It's when everybody, like if everybody played like Cass, we'd be annoyed. If everybody played like Elliot, we'd be annoyed. If everybody played like Harry, we'd be annoyed. But everybody has their own distinctive style. I mean, while there is this most bullshit meta discussion that happens every now and again, depending on the fucking tone of the community, for the most part, everybody has their individual specific style. And that's why it's never really like this. Like, Harry plays one way, which is fine. Like, for example, like I always make the story, the little story every now and again when we go deep cut on how I played Drago's character against Drago, and I was like, oh, controlling his gun. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, because Drago plays differently than say Mugen. Everybody has their own distinctive style, and as long as everybody has a distinctive style, then it's not a problem because you don't get overexposure to one particular style. Like Harry plays one way, Quartz plays another, Deborah plays another, Ashley plays a certain way, Cass plays a certain way, Suplex, like nobody specifically really is copying each other if I'm thinking out loud. So I'm sure someone like Cass will correct me, but for the most part, I think everyone kind of has their own distinctive style, for better or for worse. Like, for example, Elliot, right, fucking indie ninja, whatever, which I kind of agree with on from time to time. But as long as it's not a reoccurring theme, then it's not a big deal. Is what I'm trying to. Is basically the crux of my argument. Like, one person could be a fucking spot monkey, which is great. How you doing, JC4 Blue? Thank you for first time chatting. So, someone can be a spot monkey, but then the next person is not, so it works out. If that makes any kind of sense. Yes? No? Maybe so?
Yeah, no, absolutely getting it. It's
Makes
kind
sense.
of why I find the meta discussion really unconvincing, because it just sounds like one dude comes up with woodwork and goes, you don't give people a hand job when the stun bar comes up, that means you play bad.
There's a discussion for that, but we're not going
There's
to
a
talk about
discussion,
that.
but it's a discussion to be had in good faith, not in kind of like weirdos screaming meta repeatedly and mashing their hands on the keyboard.
Yeah, at this point, the arm slam just makes me laugh when we talk about bursitis.
It's you can't avoid it. It's just there.
No, you can avoid it, but you have to be mindful of what you're doing because you can totally just not do it. It's just that in the heat of the moment, it happens. When you have to be a certain, like, you have to be in this weird Zen state for it not to happen. When, like, for example, if I was like, look, we'll do inside baseball real quick and then we'll go back to the actual topic at hand. During the match at Resolution, I did I don't know what you want to call it, instant recovery a lot. And that was just because I wasn't paying attention. Like, I did a lot. Cause the way I'm used to like playing and I just didn't think about it. So I could see the same thing happening with things like, like what you mentioned prior, which I literally just fucking forgot. Yeah, see, he says don't hit whatever, but I would still do it by just instinct. So it is what it is. That being said, let's move on. I lost my train of thought because inebriation. So go ahead, Colin.
But yeah, no, well played to Ashley. Really good match, really fun. And yeah, glad everyone enjoyed it.
Anything else to add, Elliot?
No, nothing from me.
Okay. So I believe we went to a little commercial break and then we had Claudio die, yes?
I believe so, yeah. If that's the feud that's happening.
Well, currently there's
can't
one.
Wait.
Yes. That one is another one that I like. So here's the thing, as a producer or whatever. I hate saying producer, but in this case it actually applies, so fuck you. So as a producer, I was kind of upset that there was men on a women's show, but then again, equality. And during King, there was women's segments. So yeah, so it's like, oh, hey, that's equality. That's what we're looking for. So let's go for it. Yeah. So actually, honestly, if I'm 100% honest, I was actually upset that there was anything that wasn't really like, I have to hold up. What did Max say? Was it after? That was way after. That was, I think, Max.
Yeah,
that was after Harry thing. The formatting of that, see, let's give you some more deep information regarding production and producing and whatever. So while it is, yes, it's an EFED, and while it's not, quote unquote, whatever real or whatever, when I put together a show, I want things to make sense. So if you think about it from a production standpoint or from a wrestling standpoint, we had literally 1, 2, 3, 4, like 2 returns, 1 debut, and like I guess 2 entrances. So a big problem I had is where to put the Marissa segment, because remember, Terra came back and so did Dragana. So do you put that, if you put that before, does that affect the Dragana reveal and the Terra come back? Do you put that after? So these are things that happen when I put a show. Like, some people don't give a fuck, and that's great, but I do, because I don't know, I'm OCD. So that was also important to figure out, like, where could you put, like, does it delineate what happened prior? And that's a question that I don't think anybody cares about, but like, it's something that literally sits with me for like an hour plus. Like, should I do it? Should I put that before? But then, do you put it right after? Do you put the Marissa segment right after? But no, because she just had a match. Does that make any sense? Like, that's shit that most people don't think about, because either they're lazy, they don't care, or whatever. But for me, it's just something that I like, just, I don't know if it's OCD or not. Long story short, the pieces fell where they may, and it is what it is. But then back to the action, which is the Claudio segment. Short, to the point, made sense, and I'm excited about it, basically. Anybody else wants to add to that or what?
Yeah, no, good. I mean, Claudio's everywhere. Great work.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that either.
The thing is, it's interesting dynamic, because remember, you also have Claudio versus Trey. So
Yeah,
what
of course.
happens after. That's definitely going to pay-per-view, by the way. So
Triple threat, maybe?
what happened?
Triple threat, maybe?
No, that's not. Nah, we're not doing that.
Nah, that'd be a shame.
Nah, we're not doing that.
Dancing Craze too good.
Yeah. We'll see what happens during the pay-per-view, but I have 5 matches booked so far. I got to figure out what else. So if I add the Marissa Amber Ray match, which I don't want to do just for the simple fact that it's double booking a handler, which always gets me a certain way. Again, this is deep baseball. This is deep cuts for you guys who think about production. When I put together a show, I don't want to double book a person just because it just makes like. The only way I'll double book a person is after certain factors are met. And one factor is, does it benefit multiple people? In this case, it would benefit another handler. So that's one. If it was like, say, a tag match, then it would potentially benefit 2 to 3 other people, which is a benefit. You know, these are the things that I do that people don't understand that goes into what we do when we do like a pay-per-view or a weekly show. Like no one kind of thinks of that. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's me being honest. Like I think about these things because that boils down to, is it fair? Is it not fair? You know, does the story make sense? Shit like that. Some people don't give a fuck. Great. I do. So, but I think it will be on a show. So that makes 6. That means that we've got maybe 3 to 4 that we haven't particularly booked yet. So we'll see what happens. That needs to be done sooner rather than later because the show's on, couple weeks, like 2 weeks, so the arena got to be made, all that other bullshit. But I digress. Interesting debacle, interesting wrinkle to the Claudio storyline. I appreciate it. The shock of the death of Claudio was pretty good too. Moving on, we have the announcement for the Animal House charity pay-per-view next week, December 3rd, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, yo, you don't understand. Like, do you get an idea of how hard we work? Anybody here, like listening or in the chat right now, do you get an idea how hard we work? Anything? The silence makes me sad. The silence from both of you motherfuckers makes me really sad. Okay.
We do
I
work hard.
thought you were talking to chat.
No, I was talking
audience
to
do
both
their
of
thing.
you motherfuckers. Like you and chat.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I have an idea of that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jesus. Like for real, like y'all motherfuckers got awkwardly quiet. So if
I was waiting for the audience participation.
Yeah.
bit.
it's fine.
I can remember, I think when the Queen vs OCW, I was shooting like I think 3 or 4 matches in a week or so, and it was, people do way more than that.
Yeah.
And that was hard work for me. So God, I appreciate the stuff that is going into all these shows. It's insane.
Fucking me and Jake are calling about 25 plus matches, like pretty much.
It's gonna be brutal.
Yeah. I'm
it's
sorry. That seems like, oh, woe is me. It's not a woe is me, but it's just like to let you know that. It's not up yet. I'll get it up for you, Russ. I'm sorry. You should have been on the show. Like it's funny. Like everybody got positive, and Russ hasn't been around, so that means he's not positive. Piece of shit. Give me 1 second, Rusty. I'll put it up for you. In the meantime, but yeah, no, we're doing a lot of work in the meantime. We have next week is a charity event. Like I said, this card I didn't really know about till like. Not last minute, basically, but all right, here's the thing. So we'll give you some more deep baseball, right? Melon, Drago. Oh, great, I'm getting a call. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Filling the air.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
So
no
we
worries.
went,
All good.
I got a phone call. So the idea was pitched to me, of course, with charity. We always, we're always gonna do charity. It's just a matter of trying to get it like good. That's still coming up. More than likely, it's gonna be the same way we did last year, which was the getaway, which I don't want to do, but we'll figure it out. Again, if you didn't know, we have a charity event next week, December 3rd, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The idea was pitched to me. I wasn't really aware of per se the card, like till not last minute, but I saw the card and I was like, because at one point I was thinking, okay, maybe we'll shop out the commentary to a different team. Maybe we'll do like a Hoot team or the Ambition team, somebody. But then I saw the card, I was like, well, fuck you, Jake. Me and you are doing this shit. So yeah. Great fucking card. Super excited. We're going for charity. Hopefully, like last year, I think we did what? Drago's not here, but I think we did $1,500. I think, or maybe 2,000. I'm not sure.
Oh wow,
I think we did pretty good, but
that's amazing.
I want to do the same thing again. So hopefully we can get people to fucking donate. And if we do it the getaway, it is what it is. But if we do it the normal way, great. Either way, I want to at least raise like $2,000 for fucking charity for the animals. So hopefully we can do that again. Hopefully motherfuckers come out their pockets. So we'll see. Either way, I'm excited. That card, the fact that we got Cassidy versus Nate Ortiz got me tight. I saw that. I was like, I told Drake, I was like, you trying to usurp me, motherfucker? You trying to like be better than me? He's like, no, B. No, B, I'm sorry, B. Oh, 2,100. Oh shit. So we gotta do better than that. Fuck. Emperor's like, oh. Wait, no, it's Russ. Wait, Russ and them got the same color, so it fucked me up. Bueller. I don't know what that means for Max, but yeah. So hopefully next week we can do at least 2,100 or 2,200. Hopefully. Look, it's for the animals. I'm even putting money in. I'm broke as fuck, but I'm putting money in. So everybody try to come together and whatever. But that being said, we'll do Colin and Elliot. What are your thoughts about the fucking card for Animal House?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm particularly excited about it's the basic bitch match to be excited about, but the Max versus Tony match, that is the guy. For me, that's the one I'm
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Max is just the guy. Tony's awesome. It's a match that it's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Elliot, anything?
Yeah, amazing card. I can't wait for the show. 2 things in specific I'm waiting for is, one, to watch me and Jasmine suplex the hell out of each other. I can't wait to do that match. And 2, I can't wait to see Nate beat the shit out of Cassidy Hayes.
That got me tight.
You might have to wait a little bit longer for that, Elliot, because I know where my betting's going.
Really disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Get ahead, Colin, you piece of shit.
We out here supporting Cassidy?
Disgusting.
Now? Is that what you do?
I don't support Castellanti. I just recognize some realities.
What do you? Oh, you fucked up.
No. That is going to be a great match.
I'm sending that to Nate.
I don't know. Cass is better than
up.
anyone gives him credit for.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
You fucked
Clip
up.
it.
Wow. You fucked up. How dare you? I'm upset. We'll stop the podcast right now. It's only been 52 minutes, but we're stopping it right now for disrespect. You don't fuck. Yeah, he did. See, fucking Max said it. Colin put the evil eye patch on you. Fucking weird European piece of shit. How fucking dare you? I don't even want to be aggressive to you, but you forced me to be aggressive. Fuck this mosquito and fuck you. How dare you? Fuck you. Pimples are okay as long as they're not trained poorly. Wow. I can't. I'm shaking right now. I'm mad. I'm shaking. I gotta pee and I'm angry. I can't decide what I want to fucking do. I'm upset.
Man.
How fucking dare you?
It's gonna be good.
How fucking dare? I hope Cass is walling like he might be. I don't know. Cass gets good depending on what's happening, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's feast or famine with him. It's either gonna be Nate squash or Cass pulls out a real big upset.
Cass he's not gonna pull an upset. That's for sure. It's gonna probably come down to the fucking wire. It's gonna be one of the matches where you're like you bet, and like yeah, and you're like oh. Like Debbie D Furiosa. No, Debbie D, the Debbie D suplex match where he was like, oh, Debbie D. Oh.
This is going to be a fun match to see on BC, to be honest.
I don't even know what the fuck the main event is, bro. And I'm calling
They're all
that
the main
shit.
event.
Main event, like what happened? What was that, Colin?
No, I was just saying they all are. It's going to be a great show.
Oh, no. I don't know what the main event is, so I'm interested to see what the fuck that is. So we'll see. It should be fine. I don't know. These people don't tell me anything until it's too late, but then I trust them, so it's okay. It's not garbage, so I'm fine. Like I said, I saw the card. I was like, okay, makes sense. I like this. But the first thing I said is, oh, good card. But the second thing I said is, you're trying to take my fucking job? Like, you're trying to be like, don't do that shit. Get out of my face. But it's for charity, so we're going to, like, relax and just hopefully we can make money for charity, and I hope we can do it again. I'm hoping, but I always get, like, weird, so I don't know. See, look, OCW is not a company. It's fucking it's me and the community doesn't promote. It's not your fault. Like, you guys don't promote, but like I do. And it's like, I'm not good at it. I'm not one of these fucking weird YouTubers who's like, hey guys, hit like. I just, please hit like. I don't fucking know. Do something. Like,
ring the bell.
Yeah, right? I've been watching a YouTube channel where like this guy goes through like YouTubers who failed, like shitty people. But it's just, we'll never be there, but the amount of shit that they do is like, oh, I kind of get. It's like I'm not a clickbaity guy either. When I clickbait, at least there's substance to it, basically. Like imagine if we did a sound video, right, about sound leveling, and we never told you how to do it. We just had it and nothing happened. Like that's what these people did to be successful. Like we don't do that. We try to give you value for what you click on, and I don't know. It's tough. I don't know why I got on this tangent, but whatever. Fuck you, Colin, for doubting Nate and Animal House next week. Make money for the animals. Look, come out your fucking pockets next week for the animals. That's all I gotta say. Everybody in this chat right now listening, please next week show out for the animals. If you're in OCW, you get a bonus. The bonus is you get a brand new title. We have the Humane, but then we also have another title after that, which is gonna be like the Humane Part 2 or some shit, which is one tier higher than Humane and whatever to show your appreciation.
Oh, we're not gonna be animals.
No. Yeah, it's some fucking channel. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll call it Animals. I don't know, but it'll be another permission above the Humane. Like we'll go as we progress through the years, because I don't mind charity. I just please come out for the animals, please. That being said, we take us to our main event. So I'll say this, and then we can start wrapping it up with the main event. I don't think, and this is a hot take. This is a caliente take. I don't think this is the strongest match on the card, being that it was the actual main event.
I'd agree with that. I don't think it was the best match.
Yeah, I don't think it was the strongest match. So we'll do Elliot then Colin. Okay, we'll do Elliot then Colin, and then we'll go. Go ahead, Elliot.
Yeah, like the match had potential, and it did live up to that somewhat. But I feel like the overall pace of the match got kind of like messed up by the screwy finish. Like, I personally did not really like that. Like, I kind of had a feel for that, like I did, like we did with S Cup, where like it's no screwy finishes. This is for the most part just competition.
Yep.
May the best man or woman win, and that didn't happen. I kind of feel cheated. I don't know.
Oh wow, I said cheated. Like, look at you being bold.
I just wanted a war to end clean, and like I said, great match. Could have done better with a normal finish.
Fair enough. I was gonna call you Elliot again. Colin, go ahead. Sorry, I'm
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that I felt cheated. I don't know. For me, I will say with the whole thing with fuck finishes where people just kind of turn up and be like, oh, I'm distracting you. For me, I'm just gonna kind of put it out there. I think that might be done for me in OCW. Like for me, that's kind of become. It may as well have been someone waving a big flag saying, the person being distracted is about to lose.
Fair enough.
I almost
100%.
I think that if we do that, I want to see some distraction wins, to be honest. I want to see someone go away, turn around, punch the other person, and boom, we're swerved. If we get some of that and a bit of the other stuff, then it means something. But for now, it's basically just white flag. This person's about to lose. Let's go. So I didn't feel cheated out of a tournament with it because, of course, we all know. For me, my brain almost blurred it out. Right, we know what happened. Furiosa turned around. Ashley hit the kick, clean win. No fuck, no, messing around, normal. And yeah, I don't know, I'm conflicted because I like how the Mahara storyline was put forward because that's obviously the next match, but
so
I don't know, I feel like we could have had Mahara. I don't know. That's basically how I'd sum it up. I don't know, but the match wasn't as competitive as the others that both handlers had. So the match wasn't as good, but still, well played, Ashley, well deserved, and it was fun bringing out the hot storage entrance again.
Yes.
Yeah, and one thing just to clarify, I'm not saying I feel cheated out of the entire tournament. I just feel cheated out of just a little bit more war, just a little bit more violence. That's all I wanted.
I get you. I see where you're coming from there.
So here's my take. So as obviously, as commentary mentioned, there's no interference or whatever. Technically, that wasn't an interference. That was more of that's more of a distraction.
Yeah, but that's kind of where, you know.
But we're, when it comes to those tournaments, that's not supposed to happen on any particular level, period. So as Empress mentioned, the GMP might have to step in. So, there is a story regarding what happened. It wasn't an interference per se. It was a distraction, but not interference in the technical weeds. I wasn't upset about it because obviously, if you think about it from the production perspective of it, hey, all right, peel back the curtain. If you watch what you saw, what happened to begin with. So that was just a little extra spice. It's just the fact that when you have one of these tournaments, we're not supposed to have that kind of particular spice for this particular event because these are just straight up tournaments. So on the plus side, again, OCW said is, what is it, 90% what happens, 10% how you react, whatever the fuck, if it's 10% how you react, 90% what happens to you. I don't remember the connotation that we have for the rookie video, but that's the idea. So the thing is, this does present something for the GM, for Ashley, for Muhera, and for Furiosa to build upon, expound, or elaborate on. So while I'm not particularly the biggest fan of that per se, I'm okay with it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I'm alright with it, but I think...
so Max just said distracting with interference. We've seen the same thing happen in Esco. We did? I don't even remember that, so I'll take your word for it, Max, because my brain matter doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, because that's when Marcus jumped on the ropes and said, hey, look at me, Trey, and then...
True, yeah, you're right. Fuck. Ooh, I hate that just popped in my head. Ugh, I'm old.
No, I think that was I think that was John that jumped in to help Marcus. I think it was
whoever the fuck did.
I think that might have happened twice in that case.
Oh God.
I do remember the finish was, the controversy was that John had sudden death Trey with the electric chair that he was doing a lot of to people at the time, and I think Marcus was supposed to be like, hey, well, to not allow Trey to take the sudden death clean.
Yeah.
If you like.
Well, Max just said Colin got it right around happened once. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I just must have gotten the other thing.
Yeah, we got lore.
Cool.
We got lore. Look, you see what happens? You only have lore for like fucking 3 to 4 years. Imagine when you got lore for 18. It's crazy. Like people listening right now,
crazy indeed.
People here listening right now don't understand. We have 18 years of like history and lore, like for real, like literally for real, because we've been around since 2004. We have deep cuts, and again, shout out to Dan or Pew for the lore is more. I'm so like watching that was cool. Like I kind of I was kind of like, oh, why is it just ambition error? But no, it's we've had a lot of history. A lot of shit has happened. So I appreciate when people like learn history and use it or whatever to do different things. Side quest on that. One of the biggest matches was Matsuda versus Majin. Majin was a hardcore legend back in the day. The mohawk and the tattoos and all that shit, the Dragon Ball Z tattoos, and Matsuda wasn't around during Majin's era. So when we had 2016, the Renaissance era, which I call it, Matsuda begged for a match against Majin at Lucian, and we wound up doing it. But both were actually new fathers at the time, so both had children in their hands, like they both had their new babies in their hand, and they were fighting. So they were fighting, and they were like popping, but they were doing it very low, not to wake up the babies. Like, oh, this is awesome. Like they're rocking their kid, holding a controller and holding their baby at the same time. So that always makes me laugh. It was Majin versus Matsuda. I think that's Lucian 10. Not the greatest match, but it was a match that both people wanted, so I'm happy for it. Like that's what happened. Like you build these matches you want to see, but that was a quick side quest, and I digress. So back to the action of the actual Queen of OCW. So yeah. So overall, regardless of that weird finish, I don't think it detracted from the overall of the tournament. It was still a really good fucking solid tournament, and we do have a queen, and it does make sense. She's now the 3-time OCW World Women's Wrestling Champion, in addition to the second ever Queen of OCW. So that's a shout out to Ashley Moore. That's a fucking great accolade to add onto your resume. And the funny thing about this, so, and I'll do a quick side quest once again, then we can open up the discussion and we can close it out. So when coming up with the show, here's some like side information. So at one point, right, we're gonna do some backstage baseball, if you will, or inside baseball. I pitched I think if you're still here, did you pitch the idea? or did you pitch the Queen of OCW? Or was it me? I don't remember who pitched it. I honestly don't remember if it was my idea or your idea. You correct me, and we'll go from there. Either way, with the Queen of OCW, the conversation came up with Empress like, I want to be in this, and I was like, fuck it, go ahead. I was like, go ahead. So she was actually the 8th person. She was going to be the last person to be announced. But then when it came to logistics and the planning phases and whatnot, we wound up coming up to the consensus. There's like, maybe it'll be less of a headache if you weren't in it. And then, so I think the last person at one point was Holly, Holly Hunter, and then we had somebody else. I think we had La Mujer at one point. You picked. Okay, I pitched. Thank you. I don't remember who did. So yeah, but I did remember that you wanted in kind of, and I was like, oh, you should do it. It would be a good. It would be a good swerve. Actually, no, bullshit. The swerve was the last person would be Holly, and then at the tournament, Empress would take out Holly, be like, bitch, I'm in this tournament. But then again, that's like extra work and extra. It's like fuck all that. Just focus on, as you see, all the videos she did. Like, make it easy on yourself, because this is a real quick way to get burned out, especially having to do matches like last minute shit like that. So whatever. That's why you saw Muhera and Holly in the tournament edition poster. That's like a what is it, an Easter egg or a deep cut or whatever? Because those were the people that were initially in the list. Like, I know that Furiosa might have been a controversial pick to be in the tournament because she's a champion already. But the thing is, why wouldn't the champion be in the fucking tournament? Like, that's an accolade to get. You have to be the champion. So like when we had the King of OCW, we had champions that were in there. We had Parker, we had Doc, we had Quartz.
B17.
Yeah, B17. Like, we had both champions and then some. I remember that was like, that's one for the bottom of the iceberg. I don't know what that means, Max. It feels like it's negative, but whatever. Is it negative, Max? I don't know. Hold up, Mike. I want all the women in the beating the estrogen out of each other. Yeah, sure enough. So that was like coming up. So when we finalized, hey, how you doing, Bax? I haven't seen you in a minute. When we finalized the actual roster, that was the thing. Like, I know there was a couple of things like, why don't we add so and so? But it's like we were already done with the list. The idea was to have heavy hitters, not any kind of like randos. So shout out to Elliot with the fucking Alyssa Marceau thing, because that was great. That put me on the Alyssa Marceau train. Like, oh, fuck you, I ain't in the tournament. Well, fuck all these bitches, I'm better. So good for you for that. You were going to be in the tournament, but that actually put you on the radar to be in something. So good for you on that. I appreciate that. Probably toward my snark on Ashy. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so the long and short of it is there's a lot that goes into what we do. It's not just done like, hey, let's do something. It's like, how do we make this work? Who do we get involved? And then putting it forward, if that makes any sense. Because I know when you see Discord feds and everything else, everything is just like, let's do it. My shit is we think things out, we try to come up with solutions, and then we go forward. We try to be as efficient as possible. So it's not just like, oh, hey, let's just put these people. We actually thought about who do we put in, what makes sense, who should be in, not just like, oh, let's put in rookies. Oh, hey, let's put in so-and-so. That's great. No, it's like what makes sense, and then we go from there. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't know how to like phrase it in a way that doesn't sound like an asshole, but it is what it is. Anybody want to add anything to what I said or what?
No, I think you got it. It was a really good event, and yeah, I think we've pretty much done everything on it.
Elliot?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add either. Just a little bit thing to add on the sidebar that you had about Alyssa. Yeah, I did want to be in the tournament because this was like the first one that I was actually around for. Right, but at the same time,
hold up, let me cut you off real quick, and then you can. I'm sorry to cut you off, but. Okay, so looking at the 8 people that are in the tournament, right? And this is not to be a dick, but this is just to give facts. So looking at the 8 people in the tournament, how do you see where Alyssa fits in that tournament? Who would you replace?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the 8 people that are there deserve to be there. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying I wanted to be in.
Yeah.
Because this was like the first one that I was actually around for. Like, S Cup I wasn't able to play then. King of OCW I wasn't around for that. So yeah.
Like that's where it came down to. And it wasn't just like, oh, who are our favorite guys? It's like who makes sense. And it's like, because again, we had Empress at one point, but it's like, why do that? Because on one point it makes sense to be like, oh, hey, fuck you, I'm a heel. It's I run shit. But then logistically, it's like that's a pain in the ass. I'm happy not to be in it. Fuck you, Cass. I'm glad you weren't in it. You weren't even a choice, Cass. You weren't even a choice. You weren't even actually you were on the short list. Fuck you. But yeah, you know, the short list was basically we had like 10, and then we brought it down. We brought it down to 8, and then you know at one point it wasn't Furiosa, but then we swapped Holly for Furio. We hopped Emp. We swapped Emp for Holly, and then we swapped Holly for Furiosa to just keep, you know, because again it's like heavy hitters. Like it doesn't make sense to put like a Catriona in it. Like Catriona had a great match with WD, yes, but it's like to come out left field, that's like a dark horse, which is could be exciting, but again, it's like it's not the heavy hitters. It's not like the, you know, former 3-time champion Ashley Moore, former, you know, one-time champion Lois Flojo. It's not the up-and-comer Debbie D. It's not Suplex who's been doing doing work. It's not Marissa Expensive, who was like rookie of the something of the year last year. I don't remember what the
she got
was.
rookie of the year.
But yeah, it's not rookie of the year. Marissa Expensive, Jasmine Caffey building the whole fucking resume. You know, like Furiosa the champ. Like everybody has, you know, a significant
there as well.
You see what I'm saying? Like Harry, and then Harry's like, you see what I'm saying? Like it was a star-studded event, but it was also a mixture of people that are up and coming and established. That's the idea. So it's like, you know, that's when it comes down. Like this is what I need to expound upon and hammer home before we leave. Like there's a lot of thought into what we do on a day-to-day basis. Like we just don't make these bullshit decisions and go forward. Like we think about things and what makes sense, and those 8 make sense. Like Alyssa, like I said, Alyssa had a great fucking point, but you know, at the end of the day, wouldn't make it the cut. Like wasn't on the radar, if you will. Like look at the people there. Like if you had a fighting game, right? Those fucking 8 people, that's who you would pick for a fighting game, bro. Now if you do tournament edition, then you would have like with the poster, you would have tournament edition. You would have Heather, Emp, and Holly, Emp, and fucking Muhera. Like if you did like a Street Fighter or whatever, OCW women, then they would be in a tournament edition. But like that's what I'm saying, if it makes any sense. I'm trying to see if you guys agree with me, just nodding your head. Do I make any sense or what?
Yeah, no, completely.
No, that makes plenty of sense. Yeah, like the 8 people were definitely like a lot of the more dominant people that have been there around like that have been around like the last few months. And fair enough on them, because guess what? As a point I bring up in my promo, I've only had like 3 matches as a list of the season, compared to the 5 to 10 plus that a lot of these other competitors have had.
Fair point. So real quick, and then we'll call it put a pin in it, or not put a pin in it, but we'll like wrap it up. So yeah. Max said Evelyn could have gotten in over some based on tenure and her having similar suplexu style to Jasmine. And then he said Alyssa, nah. So with Evelyn Parker, do you like, all right, this is a weird question to ask. Like, objectively speaking, would you have Evelyn in the tournament? Objectively.
I mean, from a literal perspective, I wouldn't say that either, because
50-50 kind of, maybe 45 the other percent, like 60 or 55 maybe.
Like Max has a point about like, you know, tenure being a thing, but at the same time, like,
what has Evelyn really done other than Van Park?
Yeah, I think that would have. I mean,
yeah, like I was gonna say
that would have been a bit, because Jazz has done some great work. It's been a character that's been consistent, and I think Evelyn could have, but it.
No, but objectively speaking, what do you?
I don't know that she would have had to be more consistent, be more there, be more doing stuff.
No, right, like Evelyn's only had
stuff, but
Evelyn's only had one singles match this entire season.
Was
kind
that
of like the same thing that happened with, kind of like the same thing that happened with Alyssa, and a lot of that can be contributed to, you know, I was gone for like what 4 months, something like that.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't record matches, but excuse me, but yeah, like there's not really. Like, it's justified to say, oh, this person shouldn't be in the tournament because they barely had any one-on-one matches.
Oh, we got 2 fucking follows.
Oh, wow.
Wait, actually, it sounds like a bot because there's like 2 of them. Beep, boop, beep.
That's okay. They've got WWE in the name. We can pretend.
Yeah, it's 2 fucking bots, whatever. So again with the Evelyn thing, it's like, hey, like I said, there's been what's the word I'm looking for? Traction, but it's been mostly of a tag team endeavor. So it's not like, you know, like again, oh, it's a real there's two of you though. So who's the second person? He said it's a real person. There's
oh my
two
God.
There's two of them though. There's a 7-1, there's an 8-1 and an 8. So which one's the real one? He's like, I'm real. But there's been traction, but it's like it's traction of a tag team nature. Jazzy Juggles a bot. Yeah. That, you know, again, these like you would think these are quick, but these aren't. These are like who is, and then we sit there and we kind of like debate and figure out, and we go from there. Like this is what I'm trying to say. Oh, same person. Why you got two accounts? You should just have one. Make your life easier. You know.
No, I've got several Twitch accounts for each browser. I've got like three for all my browsers, so I get it.
Oh, really?
I only got the one.
I got actually no bullshit. You're right. I got 3 too, but one of them side quest. One of them was my when I was doing my own bullshit. I had that one. Someone took my name, so I had another name. Then it's my MMO one, which is what I do when I fucking smoke crack and play EverQuest. And the third one is this one, the main one, I guess. We're all guilty. I guess, yeah. I guess so. My bad, WWE Jacob. I guess we all fucked up. We all got multiple Twitch accounts. Yeah. I didn't know it was a thing like that, but apparently I got 3 also. Yeah, Jake has 2. I have 3. Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
I just got the one.
Nah, I got one on Chrome. I got one on Opera, and I got one on Firefox. Goddamn.
Jesus.
Yeah, it just happens like that. So yeah. Okay, so wrapping up. I'm very excited to see what happens in the fallout for the Queen of OCW. Congratulations to Ashley Moore for becoming the Queen of OCW. I'll do the permission and everything later on today when I remember, hopefully. Do we have any closing thoughts? We'll do Elliot, then Colin. Go ahead.
Running theme that I've been saying, fantastic show. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Colin?
Yeah, fantastic show. Really well-deserved winner. And yeah, overall, one of my favorite pay-per-views of this game so far. Great stuff. Match of the night for me was Debbie versus Furiosa.
Okay. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm like, I can't do the 2 things at once, so I'm like,
yeah, don't worry.
Brain broke. So you said Debbie Furiosa is your favorite of the night?
Yeah, that was my match of the night.
I gotta say, yeah, it's between that one and Harry versus Ashley. They were both very like. I think the league goes to Debbie versus or Deborah versus Furiosa. That was also a really good fucking one. I don't know. It was a solid show. It wasn't even.
It was a good semifinals.
Yeah. The semifinals were actually both semifinal matches. The entire it sounds like really bullshit platitude. Like, it's everything's great. It's not that everything is great.
Everything was great. I don't really have a complaint to be made of that night.
It's great, but it worked. Everything worked. I can't be mad. I'm not mad at all. Like, everybody did what they had to do. Didn't go too long. Everybody delivered. Marissa had fucking story arc. Nate Mack had story arc. Fucking, people had motions in what they're doing. The video stuff by Emp was great. The matches were fucking solid. Everything, whether good or not, I'm not upset. It's okay to have a great show. Fuck you, Mike. We can't have a great show. We have a great show, then what are we doing here? What are we even doing here if we have good content? How dare you? We have good content, nobody watches it because they suck. Whatever. That's me throwing shade while I try to sip and no one talks, so it fucked me up. I was having a deep swallow pause of the alcoholic beverages. We do good content. I'm going to watch more bullshit YouTube videos to figure out how to fucking bait the audience to clicking our bullshit so we can have like thousands of views per week, which we won't. Well, I don't fucking know. I don't know, dude. You guys do shit. You guys do good shit, basically. It's a community effort, so I can't take the credit for it either. I don't know.
We'll become mildly famous, and we can all bitch on Discord about who draws the more views in.
Bro, imagine. Look, before we go, in a world, imagine if we got like, fuck you, Mike. Imagine if we got like millions of views a month, and I would go into the analytics. Well, it looks like Max Edwards getting about 50,000 views. Fucking Elliot Parker's getting about 1,000. Suck my dick, Elliot. You're fucking god.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Right? We gotta do bullshit thumbnails. Like, you'll never believe what happens in this fucking match with no commentary.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like our stuff isn't really good for YouTube. It's just more for archival purposes. Like, I'm never gonna put, "You'll never believe what happens to Harry," and then just show her with her ass out. I don't fucking know, dude.
Oh,
It's like,
gosh.
it's not. Like, that's how you game the audience and shit like that. We just don't do. It's like, hey, date, event, match. We don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
You'll never know what happened to Marissa Expensive did what? And it's like, what? Like,
Yep.
no, it's just
You'll never believe who joined the wrestling club, lol.
you never
Yeah, put a fucking censor bar over Marissa.
no.
Oh my god.
What is it? Prestige, infinite prestige mode for Mercer Expensive and Call of Duty. You'll never know how. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I learned a lot of
clickbait.
shit. Yeah, yo, right?
Just make
I should-
top 10 lists.
I should just
sexual.
I should just do mad clickbait, right? We should just do mad clickbait
Yeah.
to get the fucking views. Fuck out of here. You get 40 belts, 20 main events. You never drew a dime, brother. Oh my god. Let me not. Look, my end goal is to at least get enough people to fucking see what you guys do. Because the thing is, you guys do a lot of work in addition to me, but you guys do a lot of work. So it's always trying to get the word out to the community, but it's like a fucking dice roll, bro. It's a dice roll between like popularity and algorithm and thumbnails and all the fucking bull. Like, I'm not good at any of this because I'm old. I don't have that. I'm old. Not only am I old, but I don't do videos every week either. It's just hey, we're done and whatever. Like, Friday is our heavy day, maybe Saturday, and then sometimes it's Tuesday. But that's it. I don't do a video every day. It's just, I don't know. Twitch is these things are weird, and we just look. At the end of the day, it's a community. We do what we do, and hopefully people can see what we do, and they dig what we do. Like Cody Hagan. Shout out to Cody Hagan if he's still here. You know, put the content forward and let it speak for itself in this weird niche of a niche. And again, part of the community. Very happy and continue the great work. And I think that wraps it up. We're hitting we're hitting like an hour 21, which is still not super long, but yeah, good shit by the OCW community. Don't forget to join us on Tuesday. But actually, before closing thoughts, any closing thoughts from Colin and Elliot? Anything else to add?
Nothing else from me.
Yeah, I'm happy with everything that's happened.
Okay, Max is like, the actual crazy part, that's how actually wrestling companies do segments on the tube. You're right. Like, what was it, Beyond Wrestling, with those fucking suggested thumbnails that look like porno almost?
Yeah.
Fucking Max. Oh god. Anyway, so join us on Tuesday for Ambition. I think it's 14. Should be a good show with Slick Nick and Brian Williams, and then join us on Friday for the live stream of next Friday for the live stream of Turmoil of Riot 595, I think. Apparently it's a giant show because now it looks like it's 10 matches. Great fucking work for me. Ugh. And then join us on Saturday, December 3rd for the charity event Animal House. We're making money for the animals, the Humane Society. Show up December 3rd, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a stacked card. We're going to have full commentary, myself, Jake Allen, and whoever else shows up. We're raising money for the animals. Come out of your goddamn pockets for the animals because animals are fucking awesome and you should help for the animals. We'll either have something on stream or we'll have the old school way where basically if you donate money, you say, I donated $5 and we put you on the goddamn list on the actual stream itself because we old school and stupid. Either way, we'll see you on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. We got a busy week next week. I hate my life. My name is JCS. That's Colin Locke. That's Elliot Parker. This was the Queen of OCW second ever tournament, and we are officially outie. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Here's a contest. There's some other shit. Join OCW if you want. Learn about OCW. We've been here for 18 years. We have lore. We're not cheesy. We're fucking awesome, and we're hardworking son of a bitches. That's doing that. Goodbye. God bless and have a great night.